chances are you'll encounter something related to vampires. Across the globe, countless legends and stories have emerged about vampire-like creatures. But where did vampires originate, and why do we find them so fascinating? When we hear the word vampire, many images might come to mind, from the classic portrayal of Dracula by Christopher Lee, to modern Gothic interpretations, or even glitter-covered versions we'd rather forget. But today's vampire lore didn't just pop out of nowhere. It's deeply rooted in ancient myths and legends. Before the 18th century, the word vampire wasn't widely used. Similar to witch hysteria, certain strange events, such as mysterious disappearances, odd marks on bodies, and strange occurrences around graveyards, sparked fears and accusations of vampirism. Most of these early accounts originated in Eastern Europe and the Balkans, each region developing its unique version of the vampire myth. Historically, some of the earliest vampire-like beings include entities such as Lamastu, Lilith, Lamia, and Empusa. These figures were primarily female and resembled demons or succubi rather than the traditional undead vampires we think of today. In Romania and neighboring regions, tales of the strigoi, spirits who rise from the grave to drink the blood of the living, became particularly prevalent. These strigoi were said to have powers like turning invisible or transforming into animals, much like modern vampires who transform into bats. The earliest documented case of a suspected vampire occurred in 1656 in what is now Croatia. A villager named Yuri Grando reportedly terrorized his village long after his death, knocking on doors and leaving behind a trail of death. After enduring this horror for 16 years, villagers attempted to end his reign of terror. Initially unsuccessful in staking him through the heart, they eventually resorted to decapitation. This finally brought peace to their village. Following such incidents, communities in Eastern Europe developed various methods to protect themselves from vampires. Bodies were often buried with precautions such as staking the heart, nailing coffins shut, or placing garlic under tongues. These rituals aimed to ensure that the dead stayed dead. Additionally, Romanian folklore classified vampires into different categories: witches, living vampires, and those who rose from their graves. One notable historical figure connected to vampire lore is Vlad the Impaler, also known as Vlad Dracula. His brutal methods, particularly impaling enemies, led many to speculate that he inspired Bram Stoker's iconic Dracula character. Beyond Europe, various cultures worldwide have their unique vampire-like creatures. In Australia, Aboriginal myth describes the Yaramayahu, a red, frog-like creature that drains blood and swallows victims, gradually transforming them into similar beings. West African legends tell of the Asan Bosum, a tree-dwelling creature with iron teeth that attacks victims from above. The Philippines is home to the Manananggal, a terrifying being that detaches its torso at night, using its long tongue to attack pregnant women. Malaysia has the Penanggalan, a woman who transforms at night into a ghostly form with dangling organs. In China, stories feature the Jiangshi, stiff corpses that hop around at night to drain victims of life energy. Despite differences, one common trait defines vampires across cultures: their need to consume the life force of others to survive. Pop culture has standardized some vampire characteristics. such as aversions to sunlight, garlic, crucifixes, and silver, along with the ability to fly, supernatural strength, and hypnotic powers. But why have vampires transformed from frightening monsters to seductive, charismatic figures? Our obsession likely stems from humanity's complex relationship with mortality and immortality. Vampires cheat death, receiving a second chance at life, albeit sometimes viewed as a curse. This shift towards romanticized vampires began notably in the 19th century with John William Polidori's The Vampire, 1819, marking the start of romantic vampire fiction. Bram Stoker's Dracula, 1897, further cemented the vampire as both an anti-hero and a charismatic villain. Today, vampires symbolize more than just monsters. They embody isolation, alienation, and misunderstood identities, feelings many of us relate to, especially in our youth. This connection likely explains their immense popularity in modern literature and media. What do you think draws us to these timeless creatures? Share your favorite vampire story or movie in the comments below.